What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. This is obviously my review for Season 3 of The Boys. This is an Amazon Prime show, 8 episodes. It was a week-to-week show. It's a show that, truth be told, going into Season 3, I wasn't too excited. I was kind of curious because my relationship with The Boys is this. I was a bit late to The Boys. Like, I think it was Season 2 as it started. I decided that I was going to watch Season 1 and then try to catch up. Season 1 of The Boys, I thought was solid. Like, I was like, okay, I'll watch this, but not huge on it so far. Season 2, each episode I felt like got better and better. And then the way Season 2 ended, I said to myself, this felt like a series finale. Why would they do another season? Like, it felt like there was some finality to it, you know? Like, I found myself saying, this is a good way to end the show. Because I didn't want it to be where it was like the quality lesson. So I was kind of nervous for Season 3, but at the same time, curious to see where they were going to go with the Season 3. And I have to say, I am glad that there is a Season 3 because I went from thinking that The Boys was solid to rock solid to now, I love it. I really, really dug Season 3. Season 3 of The Boys gave me feelings the way that Game of Thrones did when I first saw it. That feeling of unpredictability, specifically with the character of Homelander. Homelander, anytime he is on screen, I genuinely had no clue what was going to happen because the things he said, the things he did throughout this season really was emphasized to the point where you feel as if you have no clue what's going to happen. You have no clue what he's going to do. Is something going to set him off? Is something not going to set him off? Like, is he being genuine? If he's being funny? What's going on in his head? And that's something that I genuinely am fascinated by. It's the same feeling I got with watching Game of Thrones, like with the character Joffrey and Ramsay. I liked that feeling. I thought that that was really good. And the other thing is that the character Huey, I was never a big fan of. Like, I found him to be, honestly, the least interesting character of Season 1 and 2. But here in Season 3, I felt like with the dynamic of him and Starlight, I think that it added a nice, fresh flavor to him. And I think that a certain plot device that they used for Huey and Bill the Butcher, I think that that was something that was really genuinely smart. I personally really dug it. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything because this is a spoiler-free review, but I liked the plot device that they use, a certain pill that they take, if you will. I liked it, or I shouldn't say pill, a certain drug that they use. I liked that. Other thing I wanted to mention is that this season has certain episodes that are just incredible, honestly. Like, each episode I loved, for sure, but there were certain episodes, such as obviously the famous herogasm episode, that I really found myself riveted by. Like, I liked that blend, and it's funny too how this show has a lot of satire, to the point of where there is one scene where you'll be laughing, and the next scene you're just like terrified by what something like Homelander did or didn't do, and it's a fascinating blend of tones for sure. But the humor, I really like the satire, like it's poking fun of obviously like Kendall Jenner, Trump, stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going on now that this show tackles. And I think it does it in a way that not only is it satirical to where it's like it's funny, but it's also done in a way that is truthfully thought-provoking. Like, I found myself oftentimes watching this show and said to myself, yeah, that genuinely makes me want to think about this episode and think about, you know, these themes and messages that it's tackling. Because, again, it feels very relevant. And this is something that I will talk about now. The relevance of it now, I am kind of curious about if 10 years from now, if it is something that will kind of be either like a time capsule or something that is something like timeless, to where it's like, okay, yeah, this is something that you could kind of apply to any kind of person in terms of, you know, certain individuals. I'm curious, but I will say this, it's a really good looking show. Like, I like the filters that they used for the cinematography, like the lighting, I like the camera work. The score isn't too noticeable, which is kind of something that I like it when a show and a movie has a score that's really memorable. But I will say that it is something that, unfortunately, the show doesn't have. But with what it lacks in that, it does make up for in terms of like the characters, the acting, the strong writing. I mean, this is a show, let's face it, that has a lot of action. But the action feels genuinely terrifying, intense, and visceral. And that's something that, unfortunately, with superhero movies, I can't really say I've been getting that feeling. Like, I've been watching, obviously, the MCU, and I haven't really felt that. I just kind of feel like I've been there, done that with them. But then something like The Boys comes in, and it's like, okay, we're going to poke fun of, you know, those kind of movies. But at the same time, we're also going to almost deconstruct it to a way where we make it our own and it becomes something genuinely special. And I like that about The Boys. Again, not a show for everyone. It's very violent. It's very sexual. But if you are in the mood for something that's very satirical and does poke fun of, again, the superhero genre as well as just culture in general, like our culture in America, I think you'll like it. It's got a lot to say, and I personally will definitely recommend The Boys, and I'll personally be giving it a. So you guys, let me know your thoughts on The Boys down below. What do you think is going to happen in season 4? Very curious. I do think that maybe they should end in season 4. End on a high note. End on a high note. But again, let me know your thoughts, guys, on The Boys down below. As always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.